Good morning, hello, it's Zoe here with day 3 of our flexibility challenge. Today we are doing the quads and hip flexors. This area of the thighs, the quadriceps, is made up of 4 different muscles, which is why it's called the quadriceps. So we're going to make sure we're getting all the way across the thighs today. And I think you're really going to enjoy this. If you're anything like me, this is an area that is quite tense. So it's really nice to give a little bit of time and attention to it. I've got a nice playlist on for us. This one's called Chill Hop Essentials Spring 2020. We have to have some copyright-free stuff on. And let's go ahead and get started. Now, first thing we're gonna do is just test how the quadriceps are actually doing. So you're just gonna bend the knee, squeeze your hamstring, and draw your heel towards your hip, then release. And do the same thing on the other side. So you're just gonna go back and forth a few times, drawing your heel towards your hip. So when we activate our hamstring, we're actually lengthening out the quadricep. Go for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Perfect. Come on over to your mat if you're not there already. And we're gonna start with a nice lifted lunge. So what we're gonna do is step one foot nice and far back in a lunge position, and then sink deep into that front knee. Now, a very important piece of this is rather than letting the hips poke out behind us, we need to tuck the bum under. So we're really squeezing that back glute right here. From there, we're gonna reach whichever side is back, reach that arm up nice and high. A few times, just do a little side reach, and come back to center. Nice, side reach. Oh, that feels great. Let's get one more. Nice job. Come all the way down now into a nice deep lunge from the knee. Heel toe the foot, front foot out to the side. Sorry, I'm just trying to fit myself in the screen here. Perfect. Now, you can stay right there or try bringing a hand to the thigh so you're starting to twist. Breathe nice and deep. And when it's a more casual, kind of relaxed flow, I like to actually exhale out the mouth because I feel like that helps to calm me down and release some of the tension. Now this may be where you want to stay, or you can try reaching back for that back foot. Woo! For a variation of double diamond. Now when I do this, I like to roll onto the outer edge of that front foot so that you're opening up through the hip to give yourself a little bit more space. Keep the spine long, the breath's nice and deep. If that's too much, remember you're right here. We've all got somewhere to be, or here. You'll find the right spot. Let's try 3 deep breaths. Last one. Awesome. Awesome job. From there, come back to all fours. Curl the toes under, lift the hips nice and high for downward facing dog. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just step the feet up with a nice long spine. Fold forward over the legs and rise all the way up. Perfect. Setting for the same thing on the other side. So other leg nice and far back. Great, now you can see me a little better that sun has gone behind the clouds. So the back leg nice and straight, glute is firm, core is turned on, and we lunge into that front knee. Perfect. One hand on the front thigh, other arm high to the sky. Couple times, little side bend, back to center. Deep stretch. Let's get one more. Awesome. Come all the way down, setting that back knee down on the floor into a lizard lunge. So we're in a nice deep lunge. Let the hips come forward and down. Stay there or bring your hand to the front thigh and start that little bit of a twist. So we're trying to turn our chest towards that front knee. That may be enough, or try reaching for that back foot, and maybe you'll be able to see a little bit better now, rolling onto the outer edge of the front foot. Depending on the flexibility, you might be able to try and work that foot in a little bit closer. 3 deep breaths, stay strong. Carefully release, nice job. Shift back to all fours. This time we're going to take a little seated position. So you're going to bring your big toes close together, the knees about 2 fists apart, and sit back on the heels. Now if there's any knee issues, you can just stay with your hands here and work your hips back. See what works best for you. If you're okay in this position, bring your hands back behind you. Really pressing the knees down and just tucking the bum under. So you're trying to think about your pubic bone scooping forward and up. For a lot of us, this is exactly where we want to stay. For others, you may want to come down onto the forearms or even down onto the back. But if you're feeling any pain in the lower back or the knees, just feel free to stay wherever works best for you. Keep pushing the knees down, tucking the bum under, and breathing. Awesome job. Pull your core muscles in, lean all the way forward, and take a little child's pose. And the interesting thing about child's pose is that your ability for your hips to come back onto your feet actually has a lot to do with the quadriceps. So see how you're feeling. Let the belly drape on the thighs, the hips sink back towards the heels, and breathe here for a couple. Awesome. Come all the way up to all fours and then lay down right on your belly. If you're pregnant, you won't want to be laying down on your belly, and I have a variation if you're pregnant or if you have any issues with this posture. So what we're going to do is press our forearms down into the mat And then let's reach back with one hand for the foot on the same side. Now, if that is too challenging or you can't reach the foot, you could always use a strap, or you could also lay on your side. It does take a little bit of balance, but there's your variation, okay? So we're gonna pull the heel in towards the hip, but first, get your knees close together. And then you're going to be resting your forehead on your forearm. And what I'd like you to try is moving the foot a bit out and moving the foot a bit in once you're down. Now the more you press your hips down into the floor, the better. So work to press the hips down, pull the heel to the hips. And again, getting that little bit of movement. That's how we get those different areas of the quadriceps, and that might give you a little bit of access to something you didn't even know was holding on to tension. Push those hips down for one more breath. Awesome. Carefully release. We'll set up for the same thing on the other side. So forearm is across. We press ourselves a little bit up. Bend the knee, reaching back for the foot. Or on your side. Get the knees close together. And then rest down. Pulling heel in. Getting that little bit of movement. Nice. One more deep breath right here. Great. Carefully release. Press up to all fours and then all the way into a downward facing dog. We're going to do three-legged down dog here with a nice variation to open up the hip flexors and the hips. So curl the toes under, lift the hips high, down dog. Bring your big toes close together and then lift one leg nice and high, pulling the core in strong. You're pressing the supporting leg heel all the way down to the floor. So other leg is up high. Rather than your hips being square, turn and open the hips to the side and then bend the knee. You're kind of looking underneath that armpit. And a few times, try straightening and bending the knee. Nice. Come back to center. Press both heels down, and then let's take the same thing on the other side. So other leg goes nice and high. Bending the knee. And straighten. Breathing deep into the core. Come all the way back to center. Walk the feet up between the hands with a nice long spine. We inhale. Exhale and fold. Rise all the way up to stand, circling the arms overhead, and bring the hands down through heart center. Balance. Final pose we're gonna do is a balance pose, dancer balance pose, okay? So you're gonna stand at the middle of your mat, stretch one arm forward, and the opposite arm is going to come down at your side to reach back and grab the inside of the foot. If that is too much, you could also be right here and just hold a regular quadricep stretch. Breathe and focus. And start to kick back into that hand. And as you do, the leg starts to travel and lift up behind you. You could also have the arm up high if you prefer that variation. Try 3 deep breaths right here. Come all the way back to center and squeeze the knee in towards the chest, lowering all the way down. Let's set for the same thing on the other side. So other arm reaches forward. Hand grabs the inside of the foot, knee pointing down. Maybe this is where you stay, if that's enough. Or maybe we start to get that kick back. Again, arm could go to the sky if you like that variation. Come all the way back and up through center. Now we're just going to set our posture for the rest of the day. So something that can happen over time is we can lock out the legs. This is a very common posture for a lot of women. Our legs lock out, our belly sticks out, and our hips stick out. Instead, we're going to try bending the knees and bringing the pelvis to neutral, pulling the core in. Now try to bring the legs to straighter without hyperextending or locking. So you'll feel your quadriceps, the muscles we just stretched, pulling up and engaging. The core is strong, and this is our beautiful posture. Reach the fingers down towards the floor, lift and open the chest. And throughout the day, see if you can keep coming back to this posture so it'll start to just be second nature and something you can hold more often and more frequently. Let's seal that in with one final breath together. Inhale the arms high to the sky. Gather up that positivity and bring it home, hands down through heart center. Namaste. I'm wishing you a wonderful day. Make sure you tap the link I placed for you around this video to check out the special deals I have exclusive to women in this challenge and followers of our social media accounts. I hope you're enjoying this challenge so far, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.